Hello, everyone. How are you?
Good. How are you, May?
Good, good. I hope everybody's doing well today. How are you, Chandra? Welcome back, Miss Andrea, Bavik, Nushad, Tien. How are you guys coping? All good?
Good, Miss May. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. How's your preparation
Good to know that.
going? All good?
So.
Why is it so? Okay. So we're going to have a look at the passive again today, because I think a lot of people are a little bit confused about
Struggling.
passive last time. So let's have a look at that. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to prepare something for you guys. All right. So okay, beautiful. Hi, Yasmin. How are you?
Hi, Miss May. I'm good.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So just a little bit of recap. And for those of you who are still a little bit confused about our grammar class last time, and of course, for those of you, I think today is Tien's first time to attend the grammar class. So I'm going to just go through some of the information. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to have a review on, there are two things that I want to work on today. We're going to do complex sentence structure. And then we're going to do passive voice. Okay, so these are the two things that we are going to have a look at. Okay, so let's start with a complex sentence structure. Okay, so can anybody tell Miss May what's a complex sentence structure is? So a complex sentence structure is combination of clauses, correct? Do you guys remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a combination of two clauses, okay? One is what we call the
Dependent.
independent clause, yeah. And
Dependent.
it is followed by a comma, and then we have the
Independent clause.
Yes, that's correct. So last week we talked about the use of although in our sentence structure. So although, what is the function of this expression? What does it do?
Opposite.
Opposite ideas.
Correct. So it shows opposite idea. Okay. So because we put our although, and because it is a complex sentence, a lot of people are getting confused with this. Okay. So what is the difference between a compound sentence and a complex sentence?
Compound sentence, two independent clause when joined one connection word.
By a
Correct.
conjunction.
Yes. So a compound sentence are two independent clauses, or a complete sentence to make it easier. So a compound sentence is a combination of sentence one plus a conjunction plus sentence two. Okay. And yes, Miss Andrea is correct. Because it's a sentence, it is independent. It means to say it can stand on its own. It doesn't need anything else, okay, to make it complete. But with a complex sentence structure, it doesn't have a meaning unless it is completed by an independent clause. The most of the students are making mistakes with a compound sentence because what some people do is when they create a sentence, the first one is, for example, Miss May teaches English and Filipino, for example. Is this a compound sentence?
No.
No.
What
Basic.
about the others?
Basic sentence.
Yes, so this is not a compound sentence. This is a simple sentence with compound object. Okay, so remember, when you're creating a compound sentence, this has to have a subject, a verb, and an object. So for this sentence to become a compound sentence, it has to be Miss May teaches English and she teaches Filipino. Now, is it a compound sentence or not?
Compound.
What about the others?
Compound.
Yes.
Is this a
Subject, verb, object.
Yes. So our first sentence has a subject, which is
Subject is made.
Miss
Miss
May. Yeah. And what is the verb?
Teaches.
Teachers.
And what is the object?
English.
Good. And what is the conjunction?
And.
And
Good. And what is the subject?
she.
Yeah. What is the verb?
Teachers.
And what's the object?
Filipino.
Good. So this is a compound sentence because it's a combination of two sentences that are joined by a conjunction. But the first one is not a sentence because in the last bit, there is no subject and verb. It's just an object. So this one is not a compound sentence. So a lot of people, just because there's and, it doesn't mean that it's a compound sentence. Okay. So now going back to the complex structure is a totally different thing because it has one dependent clause followed by a comma and then an independent clause that makes the whole sentence complete. So here, although we use this sentence to signify opposite views or opposite sound, okay, or opposite ideas. So although the price of petrol is extremely expensive, a lot of people still buy it regularly. Now, some students would say, although the price of petrol is extremely expensive, but a lot of people buy it regularly. What is wrong with sentence number 2?
This is compound sentence.
Anything else?
Because it need comma.
Okay, then if
It already has although and there is a word but.
exactly.
Hold on.
So there is already a word although that means opposite at the beginning. Then why do you have to put but again?
Yeah.
Don't use the although.
Yeah, some people they don't use but some people they would say however. Still wrong. Is it still wrong or is it correct?
Wrong, because not need two negative.
Exactly, because there is already a conjunction there in front. So why do you have to put another conjunction in the middle? So if that's what you do in your writing, it means to say you don't know how to write a complex sentence. Your complex sentence is wrong. There should be no more conjunction anywhere in this sentence. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That means if we use the all those in the front, then we no need to use the but or however.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Because if you mean if you put that, then it's although. So you are contrasting your own sentence, which makes it wrong.
Okay. So
Does
if
that
we're
make
not using all those, then we can use that one, yeah?
Well, then that is not going to be a complex sentence. Does that make
Uh-oh.
sense to you, Rashmika?
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Miss A,
Yes.
I have a question. So
Yes.
complex sentence, we are
Mhm.
going to using conjunction at the beginning, is it?
Well, that's not actually the explanation to that, but yes, that's how it works.
So complex, the beginning, the starting of the sentence should be conjunction, isn't it? Compound sentence, we're
Mhm.
starting with the subject.
Yes, but look, Chandra, not all
Change,
conjunctions,
we can change.
not all conjunctions are appropriate for the complex sentence.
So you mean either we can, without although, we can start the price of petrol extremely expensive, although a lot of people it, but regularly. So can we
However,
use
a
sentence
lot of
like that?
people buy.
So we don't start, okay, so there are only certain words that you use for a complex sentence. So for example, if you cannot, although it's okay to use for opposite ideas, but you cannot use however. However, the price of
Okay.
petrol is extremely expensive. A lot of people still buy it regularly. No. Okay. So there are certain words that you can use for complex sentence, but not all conjunctions can be used. So definitely to answer that question is wrong. It's wrong. You cannot say but the price of petrol is expensive. A lot of people still buy it. You can't do that. So there are only particular words that you can use for complex sentence.
So you will give us a what are the particular word, or we have to find out?
Well, technically, I can, but because if I teach you all the other words, you're going to be confused.
Okay.
Because there are different kinds of words for different kinds of purposes. Okay.
So although is the common one.
Well, although is for the purpose of opposite idea, it's not common. It's wrong to say that it's common, but it's used to show opposite ideas. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank
you
you.
can to show opposite ideas, you can also use despite.
Okay.
Yeah. So but the thing is yeah, so despite or in spite of. But then again, at the end of the day, I just want you to learn one that you can use perfectly rather than you have everything that you can't use.
I have a question. However, we not always use the first word in the sentence. However, after comma, not always use first word in the sentence. However,
we don't normally use that unless your
No,
previous sentences
yes,
is a complete sentence. Yes, but that is not the issue here. The issue is using complex
I
sentence.
understand. And although I use start and beginning,
Yes.
although I can
Yes.
use in the middle and in the start.
I had a similar question. Like
Yes.
if you say the price of petrol is extremely expensive, then you put a comma, however, comma, and a lot of people buy
So
it
there's no
regularly.
although, Bhavik.
No, so does that make it a complex sentence, or
No,
it still
that is a
stays as a
compound sentence.
Okay, that's a compound.
Yeah, so that's where you guys should know the difference. So the your question is this one. Sorry. Your question, Bhavik, is this one. Right?
Yes.
So this is not a complex sentence. This is a compound sentence.
It will be, the first half will be independent clause. Is that right? If this is the sentence. the first half will be independent. The price of petrol is extremely expensive.
Both
We
of
can-
them are independent,
independent.
sentence.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
it
it's
will
not
be
a
a
complex
compound.
sentence.
Okay.
It is a compound sentence.
Thank you.
Does that make sense, everyone?
We can use however in the middle, not only start.
Yes, Miss Andrea, but if you use however, in this sentence, it's not a complex, it's a compound because
Understand.
subject, verb, object, subject, verb, object. Compound.
So Miss May, complex sentence supposed to be 2 sentences, right? With
Yeah,
comma.
well, both compound and complex are 2 sentences.
Wow. But compound has an end. You put end. Something will, connect between.
Yeah,
those
there is a
sentences.
conjunction here. However, is a conjunction, which means but, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so please don't get confused with compound sentence and complex sentence. Compound sentence has 2 sentences joined by a conjunction. And a complex sentence is a dependent clause and independent clause. It's a totally different sentence. Are we clear?
Looks like I understand, but other part of it I didn't understand.
What is it that you don't understand? Because I cannot move on if you don't understand.
The complex is complex
Yeah.
to understand.
That's why you get a
Wow.
high grade if you use complex.
Complex sentence. Okay, maybe you started, you will ask her to do 1 sentence for complex and compound, and we'll see I picked up or not.
Yeah. So the only complex sentence that I want you to learn at this time is although complex sentence. If we are going to learn other complex sentence, we have to do it on the different day because different expressions would mean different purpose for your sentence. Does that make sense? As much as I want to teach you all, it's going to be more confusing for all of you because it has all different functions. But for today, what we're trying to do is to use a complex sentence on how we can show opposite ideas. Okay? And once we become expert on this, we'll move on to different functions of complex sentence structure. Okay? So are we clear so far?
No. If the price of petrol is extremely expensive, although a lot of people still buy it regularly, this is compound or complex.
It doesn't make sense. That is,
It's compound.
well, if you use it like that, the sentence structure would be still complex sentence, but it doesn't make sense.
This is not compound.
Okay.
No, it is complex, but it doesn't make sense.
Oh.
Okay, so you can just change it just because you want it. The sentence itself has to make a meaning.
Miss May, you the second sentence you already written, the price of petrol is
So
expensive.
if you want, so if you want to change it, it doesn't matter as long as there's dependent clause and independent clause. So you can say here, a lot of people, so if we, okay, so here, a lot of people still buy, then it has to be petrol regularly, although it is extremely expensive. That is correct. Because one is still dependent and one is still independent. Although the price of petrol is expensive.
I asked this.
Yes. But yeah, so a lot of people still buy petrol regularly, although its price is expensive. This is still a compound sentence, inverted only. Says yes, that's possible.
I asked it.
Just make sure that one is dependent and another one is independent. Yeah.
So this is a compound sentence and top one is a complex sentence. Yeah.
This is still complex.
Com-
This is complex. This is still complex. Because even
Okay.
if you take this out, a lot of people still buy petrol. So, okay, so this is gone. But if sentence is separated, although its price is expensive, what does it mean? It's not complete. Although its price is expensive, so what? What does that mean? I don't understand that sentence. So you can't separate this sentence and they will still make meaning. You cannot. It doesn't make sense.
So that means it is although the price of petrol is extremely expensive, a lot of people still buy it regularly.
Yes,
That one also
together,
complex.
together they make sense.
Okay.
But
so
if
that,
it's just
that
one,
also,
it won't make sense.
yeah. So that one also is complex and this one also complex. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
because you just change the independent clause to dependent clause. You just inverted it, but it
Okay,
still
because-
doesn't make sense by itself.
Yeah, because I thought, all those if we use in the front, then it's a complex.
No, it's not as simple as that, unfortunately, Rashmika.
Okay. I thought before is like that. So yeah. That's why I was-
Unfortunately, no. So are we clear?
Yeah, now I'm clear.
Okay, I have a question. Maybe
Yes.
I understand. I don't know if I understand right,
Okay.
but because I'm confused in compound sentence. Because if I say the price of petrol is extremely expensive, is I finish then my sentence in this part and put the point. In this part, can I say this sentence is compound sentence?
No, that is a simple sentence. It only has one subject, one verb, and one object.
The price
Mhm.
of petrol is
Mhm.
verb, price is subject. No.
Price of petrol is the subject.
Okay, subject is
Mm.
no.
Is
Okay.
is the verb. Extremely expensive is object. So subject,
Object.
verb, object, simple sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Next, anyone else?
However, lot of
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah.
If we in the first sentence, if we say the price of petrol is extremely expensive,
Yeah.
although a lot of people still buy it regularly. It's correct?
The price of petrol.
Is
No, because it
expensive.
doesn't make sense. We don't use it like that. The price of petrol is still expensive, although a lot of people. No, it doesn't make sense, does it?
Okay.
You can't just simply invert it the way you want. Your sentence has to make sense.
Yeah, okay. We have to take the second part of sentence, put at the first, and we can put although in the middle, yeah?
Yes.
Like you make in the second sentence, the
Yes.
price of petrol is extremely expensive. However, a lot of people buy it regularly. Okay,
But
I
look
got
at this sentence. It's totally different. A lot of people still buy petrol regularly, although its price is expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions before I move on, guys? Is it getting clearer or?
if okay, can you maybe if you clear all and make another sentence and maybe is correct or no? Because
Do
I'm
you
not
want
sure
me
I
to
understand.
make another sentence? Leda?
Yes.
Yeah. if the classmate is okay.
Okay.
Because if you move on, I think maybe if I don't understand that, I never have to understand another part. Although my husband is really tired after working all day, he still prepare.
That's good.
Good husband. Yes.
Started although depend.
So
Mhm.
maybe this is a complex sentence.
Yes.
Yes.
Can you make one more different one? Then I will tell you this is a complex or compound.
Okay. Okay.
So this is complex too. This is a complex sentence.
No, this is
Compound.
compound.
Because it's a however, so it's not,
Mhm.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. This
It's
is
conjunction.
compound.
Yeah.
So am I thinking for my mem if I want to remind this, so whenever all those started, that's a complex sentence.
That is wrong.
Okay.
Just because it does start with
It's hard to
although.
digest.
First is you have to think if
I think we are losing you.
separate these
You're losing your voice, teacher.
sentences,
Not losing the voice, but
will
like
they
losing the connection to.
make
Yeah.
sense on their own. So
Can
if
you
I
say
separate
again,
these
please?
sentences together, it's not, it doesn't make sense, right? So although if you separate the sentence and one doesn't make sense, highly likely it's complex sentence or your sentence is wrong. But if the sentence is correct, just like this sentence, look at this. Although my husband is really tired after working all day. So what happened? The sentence is not complete, right? I need the second sentence to make that sentence complete. He still prepares dinner for our family. Right? But this one, most of Melbourne residents are in long lockdown. Okay, that's fine. They still follow the government's restriction. Yes, that's fine. Both of them has make sense in their own way. Doesn't need one or the other to make a complete sense.
So in a sentence, when we use although, it's like we have to make the opposite way.
Yes,
You mean,
because
yeah?
although
Oh,
is used to show opposite idea,
the
right?
opposite.
That
Yeah,
is the
okay.
purpose of it.
Like but, when we use but in our sentence.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I have a question. If
Yes, Miss Andrea.
however, most Melbourne residents are in lockdown, they still follow the government restriction. I think this is complex because started, however, this is not, however, we started, this is lost meaningful.
Sorry, what's the question? What's your sentence?
This started, however, only
Mhm.
pick up in the first word. However, most Melbourne residents are in lockdown, they still follow the government restriction.
No.
This is complex.
No, it's not. It's not complex. It's not complex.
I started, however, this
Just yeah, but just because it starts with however, it doesn't make it a complex sentence. Because it still has a meaning on its own. And you cannot just experiment putting however. We normally put however in the middle of a sentence. If we want to put however at the beginning of a sentence, there has to be a previous sentence that it is trying to oppose. We don't just write however just because we want it.
First sentence and statement, second sentence started, however.
Correct.
Understand.
Okay, so there's a lot more explanation than that. But if we keep on going back, we're going away from the lesson. What I want to do is to make sure you understand the use of although. Okay, are we clear?
Yeah.
Although, can we move on?
Mhm.
Okay, so let's try a little bit of practice. Okay, please finish this sentence in the chat box. Sorry, one at a time. What happened? Just give me 1 second. It's my whiteboard. Yeah. Thank you. Although vaccination rate is increasing in Victoria, some people are still against being vaccinated. Yes, correct. Although COVID-19 people still, okay, so people are getting sick from the virus, or people are still getting sick from the virus. Although the positive cases are increasing, yeah, correct. Although COVID-19 vaccination rate increase, infected cases still boost. Tian, I think that that word is not appropriate for that. So instead of boost, you want to use increasing.
Okay.
Yeah, the infected cases are still increasing.
Okay.
So
Thank
that's
you.
more fitting. Yeah. The vaccine is still not cover all area. Okay, the vaccine still not cover. Okay, so Karasit, we need to fix this. The vaccine has not covered. The vaccine still has not covered all areas in Australia. No more yet at the back. A large number of people still need to be injected to reach 80%. Yeah. Instead of injected, Elena, you probably want to use the word vaccinated or inoculated. Inoculated.
Okay, thank you. Because I tried to think of synonym and
inoculate. Yeah.
Okay,
Inoculated. Yeah. Yeah, people are still afraid of the vaccine side effects with S. Still some people refused Refused, Rashmika. Refused.
They refuse, yeah.
Yeah, refused to take vaccine. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are still not willing. So, Carol, a lot of people are still not willing to get vaccinated. The government is not lifting the lockdown. Andrea, spelling of lockdown. The vaccine has not covered. Has, because it says has. Many internet, okay, all the universities have planned to give free quarantine to their international students. Many international students still cannot go to Australia. Yes, that's good. The US have plans. It has to be plans with S. That's my bad. Okay, thank you guys for your work. Yeah, the vaccination still can't 100% protect. So now no S in protect, just protect. Still can't 100% protect people from the virus. The government still closed abroad. Did you want to say border, Tien? Yeah, the government still closed the border. That's a more suitable word for that. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, a lot of people are still waiting to get inoculated. Yes, the admissions are not fully filed up. Good. Did you want to use the word filed up there, Shalini, or you want to use a different word?
I'm
The
just thinking
admissions, what do you want to say exactly?
the admissions are not fully filled up. It's still there are more admissions. I just want to say, yeah, the same meaning as students
Rather
doesn't.
than probably the admissions are not fully filled up, maybe you want to say that the admissions the admission rate is declining, or the admission rate is still declining.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
a more. So
Yeah,
instead
appropriate.
of trying to use not, try to
Yeah.
use a more appropriate word. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. The vaccine still has not covered all areas in Australia. Yeah. Small number of students are still reluctant to get the jab. Good. That's a really good collocation too, a small number of students. Still some people refuse to take vaccine. Refuse, R-E-F-U-S-E, not refuge. Refuge is when you are getting help or safety from other people. But the what you want to use there, Rashmika, is refuse. R-E-F-U-S-E. I already type it. You want me to type
Sorry,
it again?
I didn't see it. Maybe I by mistake again happening.
Yeah, refuse. This one, refuse. Beautiful. Although universities have planned to give free quarantine, students are still paying for other expenses. Students are still paying. So remember, when your verb is ing, your be verb has to be there. Are paying. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, after you finish all these 3 sentences, write me your own although sentence. And I want your although sentence to be academic, not just any kind of although. So although, please write me a sentence. Opposite ideas. Okay. Although the state government Okay, so Damon, what you will probably want to say is most of the small businesses are still experiencing financial difficulties. Yeah, a little bit more academic. Still experiencing financial difficulties. The lump sum amount of money is not sufficient to keep the business running. Yes, that's right. Or maybe rather than using lump sum, because we have a concept of lump sum that it's big, but maybe what you want to use here, Babik, more appropriately is the grant. The grant amount of money is not sufficient.
Okay.
Yeah, the economy is still recovering. So if it's recovering, it's bouncing back. Okay, so you don't want to use the same words that means the same thing.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so the economy is still bouncing back, or
Okay.
the economy is still recovering. So you don't use the same words. Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. The government's still watching and not making a decision yet. Carol, probably you don't want to use the word watching. Probably what you want to use here is the government is still studying, or the government is, what do you want to say exactly by using watching?
Watching the situation, and
Maybe what you want to use the word is analyzing.
yes, I mean is
Yes. So rather than watching, right? Analyzing and not making a decision yet. Yeah. So you want to put analyzing the situation. Yeah.
okay.
Good. Although they said it is difficult to. Okay. Okay. So Tian, what you want to say, it is still difficult to run the business for them. Or
yeah.
you can say they still find it difficult to run the business.
Okay.
You want me to repeat that? They still find it difficult to run their business. Okay, beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you guys for trying your best. Still business owners struggling with it. Okay. Still, so business owners are still struggling. Yeah.
Okay.
Good,
Upside
good,
down.
good.
Am I good? Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are confused about it. Okay, yes. They're confused about yeah. Thank you, Isan, for putting it. Students still have to pay for food. Yes. Jason, can you do a little bit more academic? There are still some business that are not qualified. There are still some business that are not qualified.
Oh, they are not qualified.
Okay, guys, I just need to get your attendance. Sorry. Wow, there's 20 people in this group today. Oh, good on you guys. Well done. We're getting more and more students. Good job. Thank you. There are still some businesses that are not qualified. Yeah. Actually, you don't want to use the word payment there, Jason. You want to use the word grant, because it's not, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not a payment. It's just a help. It's a grant.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, good. It is not enough for small businesses to survive. Okay. So, Miss Andrea, the word closure here is confusing. So you might want to say the closure due to lockdown periods. Okay, because when we say the word closure, I would have an idea that it's already going to be closed. But this is temporary closure due to lockdown. Yeah. Yeah. To survive the temporary closure due to lockdown. Yeah. So a little bit more specific there. The government do not make decisions. What does that mean? Okay. So maybe Muhammad, that do not, have not. They have not made, not yet. So the government have not made decisions to allow international students. Muhammad?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Have not made decisions to allow international students. Good.
Okay.
Miss May,
Yes.
can I able to use about?
About?
Yeah.
Yes, you can, depending on the context, of course.
Oh, okay.
Let me have a look and I'll let you know.
Oh.
Still, some students are misuse the government benefit. No, this is not about government benefit, Rashmika. This is about university quarantines. So think of a sentence that would make sense in that context. Okay, try again. Small number of people are still. Okay, so Bhavik, try to use a different kind of collocations here. You've been using a number of people. You want to say minority, you know,
Okay.
minority of people able to breach other gaps in programming. Although Apple tried to fix a number of security flaws in their operating system, a small number of people, and instead try not to use people, a small number of subscribers, a small number of users, a small number of tech savvy, you know. So use
Yeah.
a different word for people. Yeah. A small number of tech savvy are still able to breach other gaps in programming. Yeah. Although the price of houses continues increasing in Australia, people are still managing to purchase. Yes, that's correct. Although the state government provided some financial help for small businesses, it's not a long-term solution. Very good. Although universities have plans, the government still don't have okay, because you use the word it's
Yeah.
not has. Isan, please don't use the contraction. Do not have corresponding policy. Okay, Rosit.
Do not have.
Yeah, do not have. The government, because you have the word do there. Do not have.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Some of the students have. So some is plural. So some of the students have refused to take it. Okay, proceed. So there has to be S in the students because there was a some before that word, and the has got to change to have. And the government. Okay, Muhammad. So the government, is it one government or many governments?
I mean, in Australia, one government.
Okay, so the government has. Because government's one has not made decisions about overseas students. Yeah. Although many people are vaccinated, there is a possibility of contact. There is still a possibility, Shalani. There is still a possibility.
Okay. Yep. There is
a possibility. Yeah.
So there is still, yeah.
Yeah, there is still a possibility of contracting the virus.
Thank you, May.
Although the Prime Minister announced. Okay, so not about. So no more about here because it's all about is so although the Prime Minister announced the lockdown, so the word announce has got to be D because the action has already passed. Okay. And
so you're saying, okay, no, but no about.
No about, yeah. It's just the lockdown.
Okay, just take it out the about, then use the lockdown. Okay.
And announce should be with D.
D. Okay.
Yeah, and let's just fix it. So although the Prime Minister announced the lockdown, some people are still not following the rules. Not still some people. Some people are still not following the rules.
Okay.
Okay, because still is your adjective. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
No worries. Although Apple tried to fix a number of, a minority of hackers are still able to breach the gaps in programming. Correct. Although universities have plans, the government has not made decisions about overseas students. Correct. Although universities, still some students are not happy with that. Okay, so some students are still not happy with that. Rashmika, can we arrange that, please? Okay. A few of sole traders still find hard to survive at this moment. A few, not a few of traders, but a few sole traders. No, of a few sole traders still find it hard to survive at this moment. Yeah. Some students do not like to quarantine. Oyanga, do not like to go on quarantine.
Okay, thank you.
Some of the students have refused to take it. Yes. Some, no S in people, some people, no S. People is already plural. Some people are still not following the rules, not peoples. Chandra, take note of that. Still, some students are not happy with that. Some students are still not happy with that. So don't put still on the first. Some students are still not happy with that. The still has got to come before the adjectives. Although a few sole traders still find it hard to survive at this moment. Beautiful. Okay, so do we all now know how to write our complex sentence? Although the residents in
We are trying to.
Victoria can get proof of vaccination. Proof of vaccination, not vaccinated. Proof of vaccination in the system. Many people still do not know how to apply for it. Many people still do not know how to apply for it. Carol?
Okay.
No worries. Some students are still not happy with that. That's correct, Rashmika. Although hotel quarantine is still operating as normal due to travel to revenue, it is not sustainable for long term and the fairness. Again, Jason, I don't want a complex compound sentence. I just want a complex sentence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
A few sole traders still find it. Yes, correct. There are numerous ways to overcome all the ramifications in the near future with government support. Although many people have lost their jobs during the pandemic, there are numerous ways to overcome all the ramifications in the near future. Okay, so that's a little bit difficult to understand there, Elena. So there are numerous ways to overcome all the ramifications of unemployment. Yeah, so you want to make sure that we're talking about the ramification, because if you say all that ramification, that's going to be a lot of aspects. So you have to be focused. Overcome all the ramifications of unemployment in the near future with government support. Yeah. Lots of business traders will go bankrupt, not bankruptcy. Lots of business traders will go bankrupt during the lockdown, the long lockdown period. Yeah, Ethan?
Okay.
Some students will still have lots of problems. Still have, yeah, that's correct. I would want it to be a little bit more academic, Yasmin. Aspire to make your sentence more academic. Although my mom's angry with me, this is not academic, Chandra. I'm not accepting this one. Although I work hard all day, I still join the class to learn English. Good.
Motivation.
Although hotel quarantine is still operating as normal due to travelers arriving in Australia, it is not sustainable for a long term. All the residents of Victoria can get proof of vaccination. Many people still do not know how to apply for it. Good. All the hotel quarantine, yeah, it's just unsustainable for a long term. All right. So everybody, let's wrap up our complex sentence and let's move on to our passive. Okay, what is passive? Why do we use passive? Passive voice. Why do we use passive? Can anybody remember?
The action is more important than doer.
Well done, Miss Andrea. The action is more important than who does the action. Beautiful. Good. What else? Any other reasons why we use passive?
This is
Just obvious.
Yeah. The doer is too obvious. We do not need to name them. What else?
This polite, a more polite way.
We want to be more polite and Impersonal. What else?
Politicians.
We want to be politicians. We use it for academic writing. All right. So what is the structure of passive? Be verb plus
participle.
Participle. Beautiful. Good. Now, in the essay, we use the structure of modal plus
Would and must. Yeah.
passive. Yes. So which is be verb plus past participle. So please just try to use should for advice. And if it's a strong advice, must. So for example, wearing a mask, it should be a must. Okay. So strong advice. But for the rest, we just use should. Okay.
Miss May.
Yes.
On passive voice, number 3, we want to P.
To be, sorry.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, so for example, the data is collected. So in the passive, remember, the V verb is the carrier of the tense, not the past participle. The past participle never change ever. Okay, so the be verb is the one carrying your tense. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little bit of practice, and I'm going to put you guys into different breakout rooms so that you can practice with your teammate. So give me 1 second. Yeah, okay. So, okay. Okay. So this structure doesn't necessarily mean connected to the photo. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is just make it big. Don't worry about the photo because the photo is not actually connected to the graph. Okay. So you guys don't have a copy of this in your Moodle. So if you want to take a photo, just go ahead and take a photo of this one. So we're just going to read it first, and for those blank, you just want to use blank. Okay. Okay. So can I please ask? Sorry, what's that? Okay. So first, let's hear it from. So these are the words that you have: add, distribute, fry, leave, make, peel, put, remove, rinse, sell, slice, soak. Which means to say that these words has got to be past participle first. So let's have a little bit of practice for that. And don't forget that you need your be verb in front of it. So Miss Andrea, what is the past participle for add?
I think add. No, don't know. Add.
Added.
Added.
Yes, beautiful. Good. Okay, Babik, past participle for distribute.
Distributed.
Yes, distributed. Nushad, past participle for fry.
Fried.
Fried, yes. Fried. Okay, next. Past participle for leave.
Lived.
Left.
Left.
Past participle for make.
Made.
Made.
Very good. You guys are amazing. Made. Past participle for peel.
Peel count. Peel.
Peeled.
Peeled.
Peel. Past participle for put.
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 Put. Past participle for remove.
Remove.
Removed. Past participle for rinse.
Rinse.
Rinsed.
Rinsed. Past participle for sell.
Sold.
Sold. Past participle for slice.
Slide.
Sliced.
Sliced. Beautiful. Past participle for soak.
Soaked.
Soaked. Yes, soaked. All right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put you into breakout room, and I want you to fill this in with your group mate. But before that, let's read the question. Rasid, can you read number 1?
Flower. What's that? The
The
flow
flow
chart
chart.
shows how banana chip are made.
Good. Next, Miss Andrea, number 2.
I don't know this word.
No, you don't need to answer it. Just read it.
Oh, first the bananas and people use
Blank.
blank buy a special machine and 10 tag, very small 10 tag. 10 tag in water.
Okay, good. Next, Chandra, number 4.
Okay. Dash into a chipping machine.
No, next.
Next.
Next first. Next, the bananas.
Oh, sorry. The next, the clean bananas dash into a chipping machine where they
Blank. Yeah, keep going.
okay into thin chips.
Thank you, Yasmin.
Yeah.
After.
Okay. After this, they blank.
Okay.
When they are dry.
Yep. Keep
Once
going.
they are dry, the banana chips in hot oil in large deep fry.
Thank you.
Deep fat
Next,
fryers.
Shalu, number
The
8
yeah.
and 9.
Yep. The cooked banana chips from the fryers using a special sieve which allows all of the oil to drain off the banana chips to cool when they have reached the right
Okay, thank
temperature.
you. Next, Jason, number 10.
Okay, when they have reached the right temperature, spices are added for extra taste.
No, we're not answering it. We're just reading it.
Oh, sorry, spices dash for extra taste.
Good. Muhammad, number 11 and 12.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally, the banana chips are packaged
Ready.
needed to dash around the world and dash.
Good. Okay. Good. So what we're going to do is, I hope you take a photo so that you can discuss this with your team later on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys into a breakout room. Okay. So give me 1 second. How many are we? Okay. Okay, some of you will be 2 people, some of you will be 3 people. All right, let's go, everyone.
Okay.
You have 5 minutes to do this task.
Oh. Sorry, Miss May, can you repeat the same for me?
Sorry, Leda, what do you mean?
The classroom, to enter in the room, because I touch on other things and I don't have more the invitation.
Oh, okay.
Can you repeat the invitation for me?
I'll try.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. Chandra and Jason, please join your room. Chandra, please join your room. How are you, Manjot?
Sorry, Miss May, I'm good, but I joined very late because of
That's okay.
my,
Don't worry. By the way, did you receive my
yes,
something from me? Good.
yes,
That's
yes.
good.
Thank you so much for your help.
No worries. How's your practice going?
It's going good now.
Mhm.
This is the last day, week of my work.
Okay.
So after that, I will try to do more. So I have asked for personal help from Ms. Turner, and if you can also help me, especially in speaking and writing, you know.
Yeah. What did Miss Turner tell you?
Yeah, she told me that she can give some time
Yeah, good.
in between. Yeah.
She'll probably give it to me also. So
Yes,
hope to
please.
see you. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
reading and listening, I got 8.5.
Beautiful. Well done.
But my main problem is writing and
Writing.
listening.
Okay.
Listening, sorry, speaking and writing.
Mm. Okay, so a little bit more practice on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll be fine.
So there are no participants today?
There is. They are in the breakout room. They're coming back.
Okay. I thought we are doing speaking today.
We actually did a lot. We were doing grammar today, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you teach, it just what should I say, engraved in my mind.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're a very good teacher.
Oh, thank you. All right. Are you guys here? Are you guys back?
Yes, but not enough.
Oh, sorry.
We just start discuss.
The time was too short, teacher.
We
Oh.
started to introduce ourselves within the time's gone. Oh.
I thought already.
I think because we can't see the picture.
Sorry? Sorry, Richie?
The hard thing is we can't see the picture. So we have to guess the word.
Yeah, because we can't see the diagram picture.
The diagram doesn't help. You need to learn the context, you guys. Okay. So it's okay. If you didn't finish, we will finish it together. If I keep you in the waiting room, we will not finish at 8:30. We will be chatting to each other. Okay. So so the flow chart shows how banana chips are made. What about number 2? First, the bananas blank by a special machine.
Peel?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
so that's
peel.
the first thing that we will do with our bananas, right? We will peel them. So our
Peel.
Yeah. So that is a present tense because this is a manufacturing process, which means it keeps on going and going and going. So we normally use a simple present for things that we keep repeating all the time. Okay, by a special machine, and then they blank in water. Oh,
they are soaked.
They are
are soaked.
Yeah.
Are soaked
in water.
Water. Yeah. Okay. So put in the water. Next, the clean bananas blank into chipping machine.
Put.
Yes. So don't forget your be verb. Put.
So we're putting bananas or just put?
Because remember the structure is be verb plus past participle. So don't forget your be verb. Did you right? The structure is be verb plus past participle. Yeah. So be, so if it's singular, it's is. If it's plural, it's are. But because it's bananas, we have to put are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Into shipping machines where they
are sliced.
Are sliced.
Are sliced. They are not cut. Where do we use the cut?
Sliced. Yeah.
Okay. After these, they blank.
Rinsed.
They are rinsed.
They are rinsed. Once they are dry, the banana chips are blanched in hot oil.
Fried.
Are fried.
Obviously, it's fried because there's oil. Are fried. The cooked banana chips blank from the fryer using a special sieve.
Remove banana chips.
Remove. Yeah, I remove.
Remove.
Are removed.
Banana
removed.
chips, yeah, are removed.
Yeah.
Then remove.
Yeah. Which allows all of the oil to drain off. The banana chips blank, then to cool.
Are leave.
Left.
Left.
Are then left, yeah, to cool. Good. When they have reached the right temperature, spices blank added. Beautiful. For extra taste. Finally, the banana chips are packed, ready to
distributed.
I mean,
Be distributed.
to be distributed.
distributed,
Around the world.
to be, yeah, distributed around the world and
Are sold.
and sold. Yeah. So this is correct. Now, first, the next activity that we have is to actually, this is the last activity we have.
It was are sold or is?
Just sold, because there's already a be verb there. And so it's just a compound structure. Okay. So you don't need to put are again. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to write a passive sentence. I want to write a passive sentence using should plus be plus passive. Okay. An academic sentence. For example, the sorry, can I clean that? Please put your microphone on the mute if it's a bit noisy. Okay, so give me 1 second. Just put. Okay, so okay, so everybody try to write me a sentence with passive. Should be implemented. A number of businesses are proposing that, it should be that mandatory vaccination should be implemented in all establishments. Try to write me your own passive sentence, please, everybody. This is our last task for today.
So, Ms. May, if we try to write more passive sentences, we get good marks in essay writing. Do you think so?
So it doesn't have to be like that. So you just have to show to the examiner that you know how to use active and passive at the same time. So 1 or 2 passive sentences will be enough, especially if you're talking about your recommendation. So even just 1, you just have to make it correct. So it's not possible to write all passive or all active. It has to be some passive and some active to show that, you know, because passive is a higher form of grammatical structure.
Okay.
Yeah. Should be encouraged to come up with plans Collaboration between government agencies should be encouraged to come up with plans for COVID safe public offices. Big office. Okay. Let's try your best.
Miss May, so
Yes.
we have to use should be, right? In the
Yeah,
sentence.
should be plus past. So this is the past. This is the passive that we're using. So model plus passive.
So should be.
Yeah, should be past participle. Mandatory vaccination should be implemented in all establishments proposed by a number of businesses. No, Shad, you're just using my sentence. That's plagiarism. Try again.
So we have to make our own sentence.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have
Yep.
to make your own sentence. Trade agreement between two countries should be agreed on. Should be agreed on, Chandra.
Okay.
Should be agreed on. Certain obligations. Humans, why are you using humans? Humans should be drinking 2 liters of water daily. Bhavik, this is not passive.
Okay, maybe I'm lost.
Drinking is not passive. It has to be past participle, remember? And the action is
Yeah,
more
got it.
important than the doer. The youngster should be encouraged to take some work experience before joining degree. I don't want to use the word youngsters. Manjot, probably you want to say teenagers or young adults should be encouraged to take some work experience before joining degree at the university level. Yeah. So maybe should take some part-time, job.
Okay.
Yeah. To gain experience before joining university. New South Wales government. New South Wales government is just government. So New South Wales government is announced the people who working on should be so the New South Wales government announced that the people who work in construction should be vaccinated as soon as possible. Yeah, good. The damaged wheel should be replaced as soon as possible. Yes, correct. More factories absorbing carbon dioxide, such as in Ireland, should be open around the world. What does that mean? I don't understand this sentence, Elena. What does it mean? More factories absorbing carbon dioxide, but what is such as in Ireland?
Well,
I don't get it.
yeah, just because there was one factory just recently opened there to consume a carbon dioxide to try to see how does it work against the global warming.
So can you try to make it a little bit more clearer?
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe if you take such as in Ireland, I think it would be a little bit more clearer. Some factories absorbing carbon dioxide. Most of COVID patients should be treated as soon as they knew the test results. Yeah. Files should be organized on to grant easy access to important documents frequently. Yes, all the students should have. All students should have. No. So all this is not passive, Rashmika.
Okay.
Yeah, so the action is more important than the doer. The condition of the body should be paid more attention after the injection. Huh? So this is not passive, Carol.
Okay.
So what you want to say is attention. No, this is not passive. So you have to change it.
Okay.
All right, everybody. That's it. I'm just going to quickly wrap up. I won't be able to ask all of you, but I'm quickly wrap up. Okay, so Elena, what can you say about the class today? Elena?
Yes, thank you, Miss Mai. It was confusing about complex and compound sentences, but yeah, I think you made it clear for us to understand. So yeah.
That's good. All right. No worries. What about Bhavik? What can you say about the class today?
Yeah, it was good. It created a baseline for us to understand the basics of complex sentences.
Okay.
And will keep us from diverting.
Yeah,
later on.
hopefully. Yeah. Rashmika, what about you? Or is it a little bit more clearer now than last week?
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused today. And one more thing, last time you teach us about the grammar things. Because I am a PT student, so I didn't get in. So how I'm going to get in for the grammatical thing.
This is grammar
last
class.
time you teach. Yeah, grammar class, and you show us, if you want to more information for the grammar, you can go from here to here. But that's only so in the PT, not in the PT.
He's
Only
asking
IELTS.
about the access to those files.
Oh, unfortunately, I can't. I don't. You probably have to call the office for that because I cannot give you access to IELTS. You only have access to PTE. But if you watch the videos in the PTE, you will find there some grammar lessons.
Oh, okay. Because if I if I have time, I can see the the grammatical things and just get there, because I have a lots of problem with the grammar.
Yeah. So you probably have to discuss that with the admin, because I can't just give you access to that.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
I will.
yeah. But if you explore the PTE site, there's a lot of grammar videos there that you can watch as well. So explore it.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
No worries.
I enjoy this class. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, everybody. I know you have worked so hard. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Have some rest. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now, everyone. Be safe.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.